We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle, and today it's going to be a decently long show, and I'm actually going to I'm gonna do something while we run through the show, because there's 16 hockey games today, and I'm going to be going over the entire football card, but I'm going to switch it up so that I'm not here for 2 hours. And I'm also going to talk over the Cubs-Brewers game. That'll be the first thing we talk about. But so that I'm not here for 2 hours and I'm not going to waste some of you guys' time, if there's a game that I have no bet on in hockey and in the NFL, or no, I'll go over every NFL game. If there's a game that I do not have a bet in hockey, I will just take it off my card. I'll take it off the show. And if anybody has any questions about those, I'll bring them up. But I currently just X'd out the Carolina game. I X'd out the Maple Leafs game. I keep that one in there. I'm taking out the Rangers game. I'm taking out the Canucks game. Who's Vegas against? Vegas is Seattle. I'm taking out the Vegas game. So I took out a couple of them because I don't have any plays in them, and there's 16 games. I don't need to go over every single one of them. So before we jump into it, we'll go ahead and look back at what happened yesterday, what went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting. Yesterday I had one play. That one play was South Florida. So I went 1-0, extended my winning streak to 4 days in a row. So that was kind of nice. And that was the only thing. I did not bet that Seattle game, although congratulations, Seattle Mariners making it to the ALCS. That was a 15-inning game. That was insane. But we have 3 out of the 4 teams in the CS, and we have one more that we need to get to. And actually, I'm going to quickly bring up this game just so I can mention the fact that I have bet nothing in it yet. And the main reason why is the Brewers have still yet to put in a pitcher. So I can't really bet a game if I don't know the pitcher. So for right now, there is no play in the baseball game for me. I might have one later on if they could just announce a pitcher for me. But for right now, there is no play in that Brewers game, which is okay. We don't need to have plays in every single game. But not really, no chat to say hi to just yet. Also, I will be putting the link into the chat for it. If you guys are not following the TikTok, which Magyar, I appreciate you doing that. I just saw that. We are trying to hit 1,400 followers on TikTok. We're currently now sitting at 1,372. If you guys have not done so and you're watching, make sure you guys go and follow the TikTok. It's free. And we do appreciate I do appreciate when you guys do follow, because I am trying to grow all of the channels. So that could be fun. Also, make sure you guys are following or subscribing to the Earle Sports Bets YouTube channel as well. It's ESE. Let's see if I can find myself on here. Sports bets, and then we'll end up jumping into all of that. Or dang. Yeah, I can have a live counter on here. Oh, you guys are seeing that on Social Blade on the TikTok. Lee, appreciate you following. Sorry, I'm gonna get into this in just a second. Is there a live count? I would like a live count. Anyways, we'll go ahead and jump into some hockey to start off our day. And what we're going to do, we'll start with the. By the way, I do have a bet in the LA Winnipeg game. That one is the under. I have the under in that game. But because the game started already, obviously I couldn't talk about it on here. So we started off with the under in the Winnipeg game, which is currently, I believe, 1-0. With 8 minutes to go in the first. So I have the under in that game. Will, appreciate you following. All right, now we're focused. Blues and the Flames are going to go at it. The Blues are 125 favorites with a total of 5.5. You got the Blues coming off of an ugly, ugly loss to the Wild. They lost that game 5-0. So not the prettiest of games there. On the opposite side, you got the Calgary Flames, who have played 2 games this year, one in a shootout versus Edmonton, and then proceeded to lose 5-1 to Vancouver the following night. So they are now 1-1 to start the year. And when I looked at it, I think the Blues are a lot better of a team than we're going to see from that first game, obviously. And with the way that the line has moved in this one, Blues opened up around 115. It's now 125. And the line movement in the game has 55% of bets, 60% of money on the Blues. So the line movement makes sense. Plus a bounce back spot for me for them. So we are starting off our day with the Blues on the money line. I got minus 119 on them. So Blues money line minus 119. We'll kind of move through this. Obviously, if you guys have any questions, I will answer them. Iceman in the TikTok chat saying St. Louis, Calgary, 1 per over, a first period over. I could see it. I personally just took the Blues. I didn't feel the need to get involved in a total in that one. So we'll keep on rolling. We got the Senators and the Panthers. Panthers minus 140 with a total of 5.5. And when I looked at this game, you've got not Carolina because I was thinking Panthers. I was thinking football. You got a Panthers team that is coming into this game 2-0, although they have beaten Chicago and Philadelphia, and they beat them 3-2 and 2-1. So no puck line covering so far this year for the Panthers. On the opposite side, you got the Ottawa Senators, who got to take care of the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning were up 3-1 in that game, and they blew it. I had the Lightning puck line that day. That was not fun. But Senators 1-0 to start their year. Florida not really looking all that impressive to me. I looked at the line movement in this game and saw that where is Florida? There we go. Florida has gone from minus 155 to minus 140. So the line's moving away from them, and that's with where is Florida on here? That's with 87% of the bets and 72% of the money on Florida, and the line's moving towards Ottawa. Ottawa is one of my dogs of the day. Give me the Senators. I got them at plus 128 for me in this one. Sorry, I'm just making a note. And There you go. But hey, you got some comments. Afternoon, Timmy. What's up? What's up? Surely our hockey teams will score something today. I'm on your Blues, and I'll be honest, I'm on my Sabres too. So I hope so. Took overs in the Blues and Sabres games. I don't hate the look on that one. I just took the Blues, so I'm hoping they win today. So let's keep on rolling. We got the Devils and the Lightning coming up next. The Lightning are minus 155 with a total of 6.5. We've got Tampa Bay coming into this game. 0-1 after their loss, their blown lead to Ottawa, like I just mentioned before. Devils coming off of losing 6-3 to the Carolina Hurricanes. So both teams coming off of losses. And when I looked at the line movement, this one's gone from, let's see, Tampa. There we go. This one's gone from 142 to 150, but it wasn't a side that I was interested. I was more interested in a total because this line has gone from 5.5 to 6.5, which makes sense considering the total. With the line movement or the money coming in, 39% of bets, 52% of money on the over. So it's showing that more of the sharper money's coming in on the over. Plus, these are two teams. You just saw a 5-4 and a 6-3 game. For both these two teams. I like the over in this game. Over 6. I got over 6 in this one at minus 115. But I do see some 6.5s now. TikTok chat. Appreciate everybody following the stream. I really do appreciate that. What's your strongest 3-leg with your picks? You want to take Ottawa? Do Ottawa, St. Louis, and Buffalo. There you go. Ottawa, St. Louis, Buffalo. Minnesota Wild. Nope, I'm on Columbus. I'm on Columbus. Anyone have a book I can join? WNN. Either DM me on here. DM me on TikTok, and I'll send you a link to a book. If you haven't joined them yet. So just DM me on TikTok or on Twitter. Earle Sports Bets on Twitter if you want to. I can get you hooked up with something like that. And then Lee's asking New Jersey, Tampa, first period over. I like the over in general, so yeah, I would gladly take it. I would gladly take the first period over. I'm not going to talk you off of that. So let's keep on rolling. We've got, speaking of the Sabres, we got the Sabres and the Bruins. We've got the Bruins at minus 115 with a total of 6.5. Sabres coming off of losing 4-0 in the first game to the Rangers. On the opposite side, you got Boston, who is 2-0 to start the season, which is a little bit surprising because I thought Boston was not going to be as good as they were. They beat Washington 3-1 on opening night. I did have them there, and I had the over with them on the Chicago game, and that finished 4-3 in overtime. Now they they stay at home and play the Sabres. I will say this line has gone from Bruins minus 125 to Bruins minus 115. So the line is moving towards the Sabres with 17% of bets and 23% of the money on the Sabres. So very, very little money on the Sabres, and the line's moving towards them. So I'm seeing the Bruins as a very public team today. So give me the Sabres. I got their money line at minus 101. Diego in the TikTok chat is saying Tage Thompson anytime goal. I would say yes. I would say yes to that. Of course, I'm running. Yes, there you go. Sabres Day. Yes, Sabres Day. We needed Thompson last year for the Four Nations Cup. I agree. It was a shame that he was not part of it. Diego in the TikTok chat saying caught the Sabres at even money. There you go. Carlos is asking Cubs or Brewers. I'll be completely honest. I have not bet that yet. And why have I not bet that yet? It's because the Brewers have not announced a starting pitcher yet. So I have not been able to do that because I don't have a pitcher for the Brewers. So until then, I'm going to stay off that game. So until we get that update, I can't do anything with it. Appreciate everybody following the TikTok. We're 18 followers away now. Let's keep on rolling. We've got the Canadians taking on the Blackhawks. Canadians are minus 165 with a total of 6.5 in this game. Canadians coming off of they lost their first game in Toronto, 5-2. Then immediately had to travel to Detroit, and of course, when they traveled to Detroit, they won 5-1. So bounced back after that ugly game against Toronto, and then I looked at you look at the Blackhawks, who haven't been awful. They lost 3-2 to the Florida Panthers, and they lost 4-3 to the Bruins in overtime. Both of those on the road. They finally have a home game now. And I looked at this game, and I like the over. But when we look at line movement, because I want to do its due diligence, let's look at it is moving towards Montreal. It opened up at 150. It's up to 160. But I do see that the over has gone from 5.5 to 6.5. So once again, another total that's gone up. This is a Blackhawks team that does not believe in defense. Canadians are going to be high scoring all year. And this is another spot where more of the bigger bets are coming in on the over. So I am going with the over. I got over 6 in this one at minus 110. Trying to fix that for you guys. Yeah. Perfect. Can't wait for trade day next week. Yes, trade day. Took the over. Yes, over. When did UCLA decide to become become good at football, or is it just the Spartans are trash? I think it's just the Spartans are trash. I'm going to go and say that the Spartans are trash because I thought that game was going to be a little bit closer too. This one should be fun. We got the Capitals and the Islanders. Capitals minus 120 with a total of 5 and a hook. We've got the Islanders coming off of a loss to the Penguins. I believe that was a 5-4 game. On the opposite side, you got the Capitals, who are coming off of a loss to the Bruins. Let me just confirm that. There we go. Washington, the one game, 3-1 loss to the Bruins, and the Islanders lost to the Penguins 4-3. It was 4-3, not 5-4. My bad. And I looked at this one. The Capitals have gone from minus, I think they were like 130. Yeah, they've gone from 130 to 120. So the Islanders, lines moving towards the Islanders with 70% of the bets and 76% of the money on the Capitals. So money coming in on the Capitals, lines moving towards the Islanders. I like the Islanders in this game. I got their money line at plus 102. Obviously, both these two teams trying to bounce back after a first game loss. But I do like the Islanders in this game. I got them at plus 102. Next day, love the funds. Next day, love the Blues. Yes, we love the Blues. Washington versus Islanders under. I can see it. Majority of the money coming in on the over. Line's not really moving all that much, but I don't really care. I can see it. The Islanders and Capitals have played some low-scoring games together, so I won't talk you off of that. Capitals, sprinkle on draw, Ovechkin goal. I'm not going to talk you off of the draw or Ovechkin. I'm on the Islanders, though. So let's talk about the Wild. The Wild are minus 160 with a total of 5.5 against the Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets are coming off of a 2-1 loss in their opening game. That was against the Preds. Wild coming off of that 5-0 win versus the Blues. When we look at Minnesota, the line's gone from 175 to 160. So the line's moving against them. The line's also moving towards the over from 5.5 minus 120 to 5.5 minus 135. Line's moving towards the Blue Jackets, and that's with all the money coming in on the Wild. I really do like the Blue Jackets in this game because 90% of bets, 87% of money. So there's a lot is coming in on Minnesota, and the line's moving against them. I think that the Blue Jackets are my favorite dog of the day. So we're going Columbus in this one. Columbus. Over in the Wild puck line. I do not like the Wild today. I am not getting Wild today. Nope. Red Rocker, appreciate you following the stream. Let's keep on rolling. We've got the Mammoth and the Predators up next. The Mammoth trying to get their first win as the Mammoth. They had won, obviously, when they were the Coyotes and the Utah Hockey Club. But it's the first. They're trying to get their first win as a Mammoth. Because they lost their opening game 2-1 to Colorado. Predators, obviously, with their 2-1 win, as we just mentioned, against the Blue Jackets. In terms of line movement in this game, the lines moved from minus 115 to minus 120 for the Mammoth. So line is moving towards Utah in this game. And when it came to it, line was moving towards Utah. Money was coming in the right way on Utah. 46% of bets, but 69% of money. So bigger bets coming in on Utah. I did take the Mammoth here, and I was able to get them at minus 119. So I think Utah get their first win as the Mammoth. Gotta love that. I really actually like that name. I really do. Preds. No, I am not on the Preds. I think you have futures on the Mariners to win the World Series, but unbiased, whose World Series future has the best value? Let me pull it up. World Series odds. Right now, the Dodgers are plus 130. The Mariners are plus 320. The Blue Jays are 340. And then Brewers are 750 and Cubs are 1,000 because those two teams have not reached yet. Honestly, right now, I feel like the Brewers might have the best value at plus 750. They still have to win today, but I feel like Brewers plus 750. There's probably some value on there. Personally, I'd like Toronto to win against Seattle. Especially Toronto game 1, because Seattle coming off of that 15-inning game. They get off today, but they're traveling from Seattle to Toronto. So I think it's a bad travel spot for Seattle. So at least I'm going to be on Toronto tomorrow night for sure. Probably going to try to grab that soon. But in terms of value on teams to win the World Series, Brewers. But it's not anything I'm going to go and bet. Mammoth, yes. And Gunther. I know Terry loves Gunther. So I've heard that name a couple of times before. Let's keep on rolling. We've got the Stars and the Avalanche. Avalanche minus 140 with a total of 6.5. You've got the Stars coming off of their crazy. They were up 5-1 and got all the way to 5-4 against the Jets, and they won that game. They held on and they won. Colorado coming off of a 2-1 win versus the Mammoth. So good look for both these two teams to start off the year, both of them winning. Neither of them covering a puck line, though. And I looked at this spot where you look at the line movement, and it's gone from minus 120 to minus 150 for the Avalanche. So line movement is going towards Colorado. The money makes sense. It is going towards Colorado, too. With actually, no, sorry. It's more coming in on more 50-50 now. But the way that the line's moving, I like the Avalanche in this game. I took their puck line. I got Avalanche puck line plus 185 as my biggest plus money of the day. So we're going to ride with the Avalanche in this one. Avalanche plus 185 on the puck line. Colorado in the over. I like it because I want Colorado to score a bunch. Sure. And any Colorado prop, I'm not going to say no to. I'm not going to say no to any Colorado Avalanche prop. So. Mandy's saying Blues under. I would hope Binnington can play better defense, but I just like the Blues in general. Final hockey game that we'll talk about is the Ducks and the Sharks. Ducks are minus 125 with a total of 6.5. By the way, what the heck happened to the Sharks in that last game? Like, they should have had an empty netter and won that game by 2 goals. Instead, they lose in overtime. I had their plus 180, so that was kind of rough to see. But it is what it is. 6.5 total. And I think this is just going to be a blind bet for a little while. I'm going to take the Sharks over. I'm going to take the Sharks over today. I feel like that's just going to be a wagon. They're not going to play defense, so they can score the puck. They can find the back of the net. 36% of money, 44% of bets are on the over. So bigger bets on the over compared to the amount of tickets coming in. And I'm just going to continue to back the Sharks over. So I don't believe in their defense. I believe in their scoring. So over 6.5. That's what I got on the final game of the card. All the teams that I did not talk about, which included, I did not talk about the Hurricanes game, the Rangers game, the Maple Leafs game, Vancouver and Seattle. I didn't talk about them because I didn't have anything in them. So I just left them off because there's 16 games on the card today. And I didn't feel like I needed to go and bet every single one of them. So TikTok chat, Diego saying, you think Jackson Lacombe gets a goal? I'll be completely honest. I have no clue who he plays for. That's what you took. Hey, I hope it hits. Kendrick, appreciate you following the stream. Appreciate that. To the TikTok, to the YouTube, Twitch chat mostly. Surprise, stick to hockey. Rob isn't in the chat today, right? He plays for the Ducks. Okay, yeah. Go for it. I like the over, so sure. Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't come into the chat yet either. Most hilarious thing from Thursday night was how the Sharks hockey collapsed and lost. No, it was not. No, that was not fun because I had the Sharks. I had the Sharks on the money line, and that one did not hit. Celebrini, sure. Over, yes. Anaheim team total over, sure. Vegas tomorrow. Vegas doesn't play tomorrow. Vegas plays tonight. Tomorrow is just the Washington and Rangers. Washington and New York tomorrow. I'm right here, bub. No, he's saying that 446 didn't tell you to stick to hockey in the chat, but he won't. Oh, Las Vegas Raiders tomorrow. That actually is a perfect transition. We're not going to talk the Rangers game right off the rip, but we're going to jump into some NFL action now because I'm not going to be able to do a show tomorrow, so I do my NFL talk today. Whoop whoop. And I'll go and I'll do this for you guys because I'll be completely honest, I haven't even put the NFL up on the site yet. So I got a note page for you guys. Sent DM, let me know. I see your thing. I will respond back after the show. Is that fair? That should be fair. There is my NFL. Hopefully you guys can read that. I will be putting that up on the site afterwards. Giants spread easily cashed for me. Nice. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We got the London game. We've got the Broncos and the Jets. The Broncos are minus 7.5 with a total of 43.5. Jets still the only team in the NFL without a win. So that is always just fun to hear about. Since the 5th, this line opened up at a 7.5, and it has stayed put. No line movement there. In terms of the of course, I gotta pull up the NFL betting splits. There we go. Of course, 39% of bets and 79% of money is coming in on the Jets. So a lot of the bigger bets are coming in on the Jets, bigger money bets. So I end up taking the Jets in this one. I got them plus 7.5. It's ugly. I hate myself for it. I am wearing my Jets shirt, but that was not intentional. This is the London game, so it's gonna be earlier tomorrow. I did take the Jets. I got them at 7.5. Diego saying Jets get it done in London, first win. God, I hope so. Week of the dogs. I can see that, week of the dogs. Overseas game, probably just the under and Fields interception. I don't blame you. The Mariners are still alive. Yes, they are. Let's keep on going. We got the Cowboys and the Panthers. The Cowboys are going to be 3-point favorites with a total of 49 in this game, 49.5 in this game. Cowboys, 3-point favorites. And I looked at this one. It opened up around 3.5 and dropped down to the 3. So line is moving towards the Carolina Panthers in this one. And with the way that the money's coming in, with 79% of the bets, but only 37% of the money coming in on the Cowboys, I like the Panthers in this game. I think the Panthers are a sneaky home favorite, home dog, and I like the spot for them. They're coming off of a nice win last week versus the Dolphins. The Cowboys coming off of a blowout win versus the Jets, but I like the Panthers here. I got them at +3. I wouldn't be surprised if I look towards their money line, and they are indeed a contest play for us. Let me pull up that so I have that going. Pub Sports Radio. We're part of the Pub Sports Radio contest. So we've been riding that. And we're 15-10 in that contest, and we're currently sitting in third place. We're tied for third. At 15-10, and yes, the Carolina Panthers are one of our contest plays. Diego saying Rico Dowell scores for the Panthers. It's his revenge game. Sounds good to me. McMillan gets his first touchdown. I like that. What's this? It's those are going to be my plays in the NFL. I honestly think the over hits no problem. I think so too. I would agree with you. Am I crazy for thinking Panthers money line? Nope. Dak attack is fraudulent. It's not as much Dak. It's the defense that's not good. I don't believe in the Cowboys defense. Why does my phone keep not charging? There we go. BYU tonight. I'll be honest. I don't really like BYU. I was leaning the opposite direction. I don't like that line at all. Let's keep on rolling. We've got the Cardinals and the Colts coming up next. The Colts are 7-point favorites with a total of 47 in this game. Colts are 4-1 to start the year. They're actually, they're looking a lot better than we kind of thought. And then Arizona's done exactly what we thought because I did not think they were good. And they've gone and proven me right because they were off to a 2-0 start and then are now 2-3. Line movement. This one opened up at the on the 5th around a 5.5 up to a 6.5 to 7. I'm even seeing some 7.5s now. I kind of like the Colts in this one. I didn't bet it yet, but I kind of was looking towards the Colts. There's got to be a reason why I didn't. No, I should be able to go after the Colts here. I'm actually going to add them to my card. So we're going to say Colts minus 7.5. Yeah, go ahead, sign me up. I'm going to go Indianapolis in this one. Give me the Colts. Yes, I'm fading the Call of Duty boy. Yes. Took both team kicker props. Yeah. What do you pick in the Survivor? Chargers, Steelers, or Rams? I will say I am on both Pittsburgh and LA, the Rams. I'm against the Chargers. So if I had to pick one, go with the Rams. I would say Rams. Although either Rams or Steelers will be fine. Speaking of the Steelers, this one was not as much of a numbers thing. This one was more of a situational spot for me. You've got the Steelers and the Browns. The Browns are coming off of a London game. So they played overseas. They came back and then they just like they don't even get a bye week. Pittsburgh played the week before in Ireland, but at least had a bye week. I think the NFL completely screwed Pittsburgh. This line opened up at 4.5. It's up to a 5.5. I see some 6s. I just like Pittsburgh in this matchup. It's not as much about although line movement agrees with it, money agrees with it. I am on the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one. I think they win this one by a bunch against the Browns. And by a bunch, I could see this one being 17-3 or something in that nature. So I'm on the Steelers. I got them minus 5.5 for tomorrow. Hold on 1 second. Cooper Rush is bad. Yes, Cooper Rush was not good last week. And we'll speak about Cooper Rush now because his Ravens are going up against the Rams. Rams are a 7-point favorite with a total of 44.5. And I tripled up on this game. And I know it's going to sound a little bit crazy, but I really do like this spot. Rams 7. I've seen some 7.5s now in this game. And although the way that the money's coming in, I'm not really liking it as much. But I am going to be actually line's moving down. I'm going to end up taking the Rams off my card. I haven't put these up on the site yet, so I'm going to take the Rams and everything off my card. I'm not betting the Ravens, but I am going to take the over in this game. And the main reason why is the Ravens defense is just non-existent. Ravens are off to a 1-4 start. Not ideal for them. They won against the Browns, and that's it. Although they played Buffalo, Detroit, Kansas City, and Houston. So they're not the easiest of games. 3 of those teams are going to be our Super Bowl contenders. So I do think at the end of the day, because the Ravens do have a bye week next week, I think they'll be just fine. I think they'll be just fine in terms of making the playoffs this year. But I am going to take the over. I think the Rams put up a bunch against them. I think the total is a little bit too low. Pats definitely winning though. Patriots are against the Saints, and we'll talk about that game in a minute because I got the Saints. Biggest college football underdog lean tonight for the 7 p.m. games. That's a good question. I'm going to mark them a loser. Gross. 7 o'clock games. Florida. I think Florida's my biggest dog that I got. So, hope that one helps. We ladder up Stafford, Tutties. Raven secondary is atrocious. It really has been. How the mighty Ravens defense have fallen. Yes, it's not been good. Williams touchdown and Henry touchdown. I want to see Henry be able to do something for once. Fabian, appreciate you following the TikTok. We're slowly getting up there. We're only 12 followers away now from 1,400. So if you guys have not followed the TikTok, I'm putting it into the chats. Make sure you guys are following TikToks. We go into the next one, which I really do like this game. You got the Chargers and the Dolphins. You've got the Chargers at a 4.5-point favorite with a total of 53.5. This line opened up at a 5.5. It's down to a 4.5. I do see some 4s as well. And then total's been moving down in this one. And I know it's going to sound gross because the Dolphins have been awful. I really like the Dolphins in this spot. 34% of bets, 78% of money. So the bigger bets are coming in on the Dolphins, and the line's moved from 5.5 to 4.5. So I like this. I like this number for the Dolphins. They are a contest pick, so that's our third contest pick. So far on the ones we talked about, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Carolina Panthers, and the Miami Dolphins are all contest plays for us. For me, I should say, to start off the week. So I do like the Dolphins in this one. James in the TikTok chat's being optimistic and saying Florida not winning. Do not take that. I love your I love your optimism. I appreciate the optimism. Under. In the Charger game? Yeah, I can see that. TNT Thompson, anytime goal. Yes, I like Chase Thompson. Can you already see the things? I don't know. We're gonna go find that out. I'll go find that out for you. Let's see. Let's go take a look to see if Circa put up their top 5 most bet, which I will say because Circa's a bunch of people who put $1,000 in. It would make sense that they do. That they know what they're doing. No, we don't have that yet. No, we do not. So. I think it comes out tomorrow. This is another fun one. We got the Patriots and the Saints. Patriots 3.5-point road favorites. 45.5 is your total. Patriots coming off of a big win versus the Buffalo Bills. And with that, that was on Sunday night. So that was a primetime game. Buffalo coming off of a big win. Saints also coming off of a nice win versus the Giants. And the line has gone from 3.5 to 3.5. So no true line movement in this one. And that's kind of crazy to say because with 79% of bets and 70% of money on the New England Patriots and even 87-66 on the money line, the line is not moving. And I would have expected it to move with the amount of money coming in on the Patriots. I know this might sound crazy. I think New Orleans has a shot to win this game outright. I really do. I took them plus the 3.5. So I do like the spot for the Saints here. In this one, Saints coming off of a nice win. Patriots coming off of the big win against the Bills, against a division rival. And I believe, who do the Patriots have? I think the Patriots have a divisional game next, if I'm not mistaken. They do not. They're against Tennessee next, so never mind. But I do like the Saints in this one. Saints plus 3.5. Saints money line. Again, bigger letdown spot. Yes, against the Patriots. I agree. Took my New Orleans kicker prop over again. I don't hate that. I kind of like that. Go for it. Let's keep on going. Seattle Seahawks and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Seattle, 1.5 point favorite with a total of 47 and a hook. And you've got another one. Seattle. What was Seattle coming? Seattle was coming off of a loss. Seattle was coming off of the loss to Tampa Bay. I think this could be a good bounce back spot. Jacksonville. This was the big one. Jacksonville coming off of the Monday Night Football win versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Big win for them there. And then they although the line has kind of flipped. Let's look at the line movement in this one just to make sure. Because this one could be one that I kind of on. No, it's been flipping back and forth from 1.5 on each side. And that's with all the money coming in on the right amount of money, 55 and 72 on the Seattle Seahawks. So bigger bets coming in on Seattle. I think it's a good bounce back spot for them. I got them on the money line. So I'm going Seattle Seahawks in this one versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ugly under too. Maybe. Seahawks in Survivor. I think that's a bold one. I'm going to say no. I think if you're taking Survivor, teams that are more safe, Colts, Pittsburgh, the Rams, Packers. If you need to use the Raiders, this might be the week too. But there's better teams to do it with. There really is. Speaking of, no, not speaking of. We got the Raiders and the Titans up next. This should be a really fun matchup between two 1-4 teams. The Raiders are, the Titans are coming off a big win. That's what it was. The Titans are coming off their first win on one of the most weirdest touchdown plays ever, which was crazy to see. The line has moved from. Where did the line move? Where is the game? Here it is. Line opened up at a 6, and it's down to a 4.5. That's with all the money coming in on the Raiders, which ended up putting me on the Titans. Because when a bunch of money's coming in on a team and the line's moving against it, that's very telling that I want to go the opposite direction. So I know this one might not be the pretty one. This might not be the one that everybody loves, but I'm gonna be grabbing the Titans here. I got the Titans plus 4.5. I think they're a live dog in Vegas to get their second win in a row. So I feel like this could be a very ugly dog week. I'm gonna keep rolling with it. Give me the Titans here. So Raiders and Survivor. No. Under and Genty touchdown. No, I don't like Genty touchdown. Although he probably gets one, but I got the Titans, so I prefer him not to score. How about 3 games left? And I want to be very quick with this one. I have zero interest in this game. None. We got the Bengals and the Packers. If anything in this game, I did do total chaos. And I like the under. If anything, maybe even the team total under for the Bengals. Joe Flacco is going to be in the game. He got signed midweek, and he's got a couple of days to work with the offense. I just don't know what we're going to get out of the Bengals, who've just not been great. But at the same time, I'm not laying 14.5 points. It's just not happening. So when it comes to it, I'll be completely honest. I want nothing to do with this game. 0. Packers are the most picked teams to win. They're also 14.5-point favorites. Love under an interception and Flacco over an interception. Sounds good to me. I think this one could get very ugly for the Packers. So sounds good to me. 2 games left. Buccaneers and the Niners is up next. The Buccaneers are 3.5-point favorites with a total of 47.5. We look at the line movement in this game. This one opened up at a 3. It's moved up to a 3.5 now for the Buccaneers. Lines moved from 46 to 47.5. So lines moving towards the over in this game, which makes sense. These are 2 teams that I definitely think could hit the over. Tampa Bay coming off of a big win, 38-35 against Seattle. Niners coming off of their Thursday night win 10 days ago versus the Rams. So both of them coming off of nice wins. And with the money's coming in, 46% of the bets and 64% of the money's on the Niners. The lines move from 3 to 3.5 for them. This one's going to end up being a stay-off spot for me. Just not a game that I'm going to get overly interested in. I feel like I have a lot of action on this card already, and I will have something for the Sunday night game. But for me, in this one, I'm going to pass on the Niners and the Buccaneers. Blues money line and team total over 3.5. Need them to dominate. I would love to see that. I would love to see that because I do have them today. Already marked them a loser. Hey, that's starting to look better. Not good. Wow, Charlotte did absolutely nothing today. I'm looking at my plays. It's 2-1 in that Kings game. I don't like that at all. Alabama's driving against the Mizzou. That's no fun. Wow, UCLA's destroying Michigan State. That's crazy. That's insane. I wanted to see if Charlotte was had the ball or anything. American Conference. Oh, we could possibly get a backdoor cover from Charlotte. That could be nice. 1st and 10. Yep, touchdown Charlotte. There's my backdoor cover. Let's go. As pretty much as time expires. Let's get it. Baker Mayfield, top 5 quarterback in the NFL. I think so. This year he is. I took Kyrou anytime goal as well as Snuggergard anytime goal. So I hope the same, Robert. And I'm not Kopitar Kempe Kuzmenko line. You're calling it the KKK line? That's hilarious. We've got one more game. Oh, Alabama turned it over. Anyways, we got the Chiefs and the Lions on Monday Night Football. The Chiefs are favored in this game with a total of 52.5. Lions coming into this one 4-1. They lost their first week. They've won 4 in a row. Chiefs have just not been able to figure it out. They have not been able to figure it out this year. They're 2-3. Wins against the Giants, which I guess that win starting to look better, and Baltimore, which Baltimore looks like shit. I like this one. I know this one's gonna be kind of gross, but this line opened up at a 1.5. Sorry, and it's moved up to a 2.5. I'm even starting to see some 3s, and that's with more of the money and everything coming in on the Detroit Lions. This is our 4th contest pick. Our 5th one is on Monday night, which is the Bears. The Chiefs are our 4th pick in the contest, and I like the Chiefs this week. They're one of my favorite plays this week. I was actually kind of tempted to make the Chiefs a trifecta play. Did I? No, I only have one trifecta play. It is on Picks and Parleys today. 22-2 run for that. If you guys are interested, check out the picksandparleys.net website. But I like the Chiefs in this one. I got the Chiefs minus 2.5 versus the Lions to end our NFL card. You're on Kyrou and Holloway. Cool. Touchdown, golden. Oh, really? So that's 14-0. Dad, I'll call you back in a minute. I like the pain. Chiefs minus 1.5, 2.5. Hate the game, not the player. Yep. 2 crap losses this season, and 1 against Jacksonville was rough. The 1 against Jacksonville was rough for them. Yep. But that is going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I will be back. I will be off tomorrow. I'm going to be honest. I'm probably going to be off Monday as well because I'm going to be heading to Raleigh. And I'm going to be doing stuff on Monday morning. So I'm probably the next time I'll see you guys is Tuesday. So make sure you guys are staying tuned. And I will see you guys then. That's going to do it for this one. Oh, hold on. One more comment from the YouTube. Did we know Destiny's picks? No, you'll have them tomorrow morning on Twitter. Commanders money line. That's they're big favorites, so no. That's going to do it. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Sabres to score a goal. God, I hope so. See you guys.